Understanding oneself is a key element of emotional intelligence. It involves being able to identify and comprehend your own emotions and how they influence your thoughts and actions. This skill of being aware of your emotional state is essential for personal growth, as it helps you navigate social situations, handle stress well, and make wise choices. Essentially, self-awareness is about having a deep understanding of your own character, including strengths, weaknesses, thoughts, beliefs, motivations, and feelings. Being self-aware can help you regulate your emotions better. When you know how you're feeling, you can handle those emotions in a positive manner. For instance, if you realize you're getting frustrated, you can take actions to calm yourself down before reacting, which can help prevent arguments. Being self-aware helps you handle situations calmly instead of reacting impulsively. It gives you time to think about your actions and their possible results, leading to more mindful and positive interactions with people. Self-awareness also improves your communication abilities. Understanding your emotions allows you to express them more clearly to others, which can help establish trust and encourage genuine relationships. For example, if you feel stressed about a work project, being able to communicate this to your manager could result in positive changes that benefit both you and your team. Without being self-aware, you could suppress these emotions, which can result in stress and burnout. Self-awareness is also crucial for personal growth and progress. By consistently thinking about your thoughts and actions, you can recognize areas that need improvement and establish goals for yourself. Engaging in reflective practice promotes a mindset focused on growth, seeing challenges as chances to learn rather than impossible hurdles. For instance, acknowledging a habit of procrastination can inspire you to create ways to better manage your time, ultimately boosting your productivity and happiness. Self-awareness is especially crucial in leadership. Good leaders are individuals who have a good grasp of their own emotions and how these emotions can impact the way they lead and work with their team. A leader who is self-aware can identify when their emotions might be clouding their judgment and can take measures to minimize any adverse effects. This results in a more even-handed and just leadership approach, which helps create a supportive and encouraging work atmosphere. Additionally, self-awareness is strongly connected to empathy, which is another important aspect of emotional intelligence. When you are aware of your own emotions, you are better able to understand and interpret the feelings of those around you. This ability to empathize leads to deeper and more supportive relationships. If you have dealt with stress and know how to handle it, you can help a friend or coworker who is also stressed by providing helpful advice and empathy. Becoming more self-aware takes continual work and can be achieved through practices like mindfulness meditation, where you concentrate on the current moment and acknowledge your thoughts and emotions without criticism. Engaging in this activity assists in enhancing your comprehension of your emotional world. Keeping a journal is also beneficial as it enables you to ponder on your daily feelings and experiences, helping you recognize repetitive behaviors and what sets them off. Receiving input from others is also crucial for boosting self-awareness. Receiving helpful feedback from friends, family, or colleagues can give you a different viewpoint on how your actions affect others. Embracing this feedback and thinking about it without getting defensive can help you improve yourself. For example, if several people point out that you often talk over others, this feedback can inspire you to focus on becoming a better listener. Self-awareness is not about being too hard on yourself. Instead, it involves seeing yourself in a fair light, acknowledging your strengths and areas where you can grow. This balanced view is essential for boosting self-esteem and strength. Knowing your strengths helps you use them to reach your goals, and recognizing your weaknesses allows you to get help or learn new skills. Empathy, a key part of emotional intelligence, means understanding and sharing others' feelings. It's more than just noticing how others feel, it means forming a strong, personal bond with what someone else is going through. Having empathy is essential for developing strong connections with others, improving communication, and creating a caring and united community. Empathy consists of two main elements: cognitive empathy and emotional empathy. Cognitive empathy involves comprehending another person's point of view and emotions on a mental level. It involves being able to identify and understand what someone else is feeling and the reasons behind those feelings. Emotional empathy involves being able to truly experience the emotions of another person. This shared emotional connection fosters genuine understanding and connection between people, ultimately improving relationships. Empathy plays a crucial role in building trust and strengthening relationships. When individuals feel heard and acknowledged, it creates a strong connection between them. Demonstrating empathy shows that you value and understand the emotions of others, leading to more meaningful interactions. For example, when a friend is facing challenges, being empathetic involves not just acknowledging their struggles but also offering them comfort and assistance. Being there for someone, whether it's by listening actively, providing comfort, or just being there without criticism, is important. Empathy is vital for good communication because it helps us understand how others feel and see things, leading to more thoughtful and caring interactions. Understanding and considering the feelings of others is essential when crafting your message, especially in resolving conflicts. Demonstrating empathy can reduce tensions and promote a shared understanding. By recognizing the emotions of others and appreciating their point of view, you can facilitate a more cooperative and optimistic conversation. Empathy is crucial for effective leadership and teamwork in the workplace. Leaders who show empathy can better grasp the needs and motivations of their team, boosting morale and productivity. Empathetic leaders foster stronger connections with their employees, ultimately creating a more united and driven team. Knowing about an employee's personal struggles allows a leader to offer the needed assistance and adaptability, leading to increased loyalty and dedication. Having empathy is important in customer service and client relations. When service providers understand and acknowledge customers' feelings, it can improve service experiences and create stronger relationships with clients. Showing empathy can help service providers calm down tense situations and make unhappy customers become loyal supporters. For example, when you're helping a customer who is upset, letting them know you understand how they feel and really want to help can make a big difference in how things turn out. Also, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes is really important for making sure everyone feels welcome and respected. Taking the time to learn about and respect the experiences and viewpoints of people from all walks of life can make our community more inclusive and considerate. Understanding and feeling empathy helps people look past their own experiences and appreciate the importance of others' experiences. This is important for being fair and decreasing unfair treatment and bias. For instance, at a job with lots of different people, empathy can bring together different cultures and create a more friendly and cooperative workplace. Becoming more understanding takes time and effort. A good way to do this is by listening carefully when someone talks to you. This means really paying attention to what they are saying, as well as how they are saying it with their body language and tone of voice. By repeating what you heard and asking questions that don't have a simple yes or no answer, you can show that you care about understanding the other person's point of view. Getting exposed to different perspectives and experiences is another way to develop empathy. By reading books, watching movies, or talking to people from different backgrounds, you can learn about lives and experiences that are different from your own. Volunteering or joining community service can give you chances to connect with and learn about the challenges and successes of other people. Mindfulness and self-reflection are also important tools for fostering empathy. You will be more attuned to the emotions of others by being aware of your own emotions and responses. Mindfulness can help you remain present and focused during interactions, allowing for a deeper emotional connection. Reflecting on your own experiences and how you have felt in similar situations can also improve your ability to relate to others. Motivation, a vital component of emotional intelligence, involves using emotions to achieve goals with enthusiasm and persistence. Despite challenges and failures, it is the driving force that motivates people to achieve their aspirations. Motivational awareness and appreciation are essential to personal growth, professional success, and overall well-being. A powerful factor is intrinsic motivation, which is fueled by internal rewards and personal satisfaction. This form of motivation is fueled by genuine interest and enjoyment in the task at hand, rather than external rewards or pressures. When someone is intrinsically motivated to learn something new, it means they do it because they enjoy it and find it interesting, not because they want a reward or praise. Intrinsic motivation can lead to more creativity, determination, and happiness because the person is doing it for themselves. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation comes from outside sources like prizes, acknowledgement, or avoiding punishment. Although intrinsic motivations can be beneficial in the short run, they will not guarantee long-term success. For example, working solely for a paycheck may not bring the same level of enjoyment and dedication as working in a field you are passionate about. Achieving goals by balancing extrinsic and intrinsic motivators can be a valuable strategy for maintaining focus and achieving goals. Objective setting is a basic viewpoint of inspiration. Clear, particular, and feasible objectives give course and a sense of reason. They break down bigger goals into sensible steps, making the way to accomplishment clearer. Setting both short-term and long-term objectives makes a difference. Keep up energy and gives a sense of achievement along the way. For illustration, a understudy pointing to total a degree might set short-term objectives such as wrapping up assignments on time or examining for a certain number of hours each week. These littler breakthroughs contribute to the bigger objective and offer assistance. Keep up motivation. Persistence is another significant component of inspiration. The capacity to keep pushing forward in spite of challenges, disappointments, or moderate advance is basic for accomplishing long-term objectives. This constancy regularly stems from a profound conviction in the esteem and significance of the objective, as well as certainty in one's capacities. Creating a development mentality, where challenges are seen as openings to learn and progress or maybe then as inconceivably deterrents, can altogether improve tirelessness. For case, a competitor preparing for a marathon must endure through thorough preparing sessions, wounds, and mishaps, persistently centering on the extreme objective of crossing the wrap-up line. Emotional control plays a crucial part in supporting inspiration. Feelings can altogether affect our vitality levels, center, and assurance. Positive feelings like excitement, bliss, and pride can boost inspiration, whereas negative feelings like fear, uneasiness, and disappointment can prevent advance. Learning to oversee and channel feelings successfully can offer assistance. Keep up a relentless level of inspiration. For occurrence, changing anxiety into energy can improve execution and tirelessness in challenging circumstances. Procedures such as mindfulness, cognitive reframing, and stretch administration can offer assistance. Control feelings and support motivation. Self-efficacy, or the conviction in one's capacity to succeed, is another vital figure in inspiration. People who have tall self-efficacy are more likely to set challenging objectives and continue in the confront of trouble since they accept in their capacity to overcome deterrents. Building self-efficacy includes reflecting on past victories, visualizing positive results, and looking for back and support from others. For case, an author with tall self-efficacy will proceed to yield original copies in spite of dismissals, certain that their endeavors will in the long run lead to success. Social back and outside approval can moreover upgrade inspiration. Support from companions, family, coaches, and colleagues can give the passionate boost required to keep going. Sharing objectives and advance with others makes a sense of responsibility and can lead to profitable criticism and experiences. For occasion, an individual attempting to lose weight might discover inspiration in joining a bolster gather where individuals share their challenges and triumphs, giving common support and accountability. Developing and keeping up inspiration requires deliberateness, exertion, and techniques. One compelling approach is to routinely survey and reaffirm your objectives. Keeping a diary or making a vision board can offer assistance. Visualize, advance, and keep up center on what you need to accomplish. Celebrating little triumphs along the way can give a sense of achievement and strengthen the behaviors that lead to victory. For illustration, a proficient working toward advancement might track their achievements and occasionally audit their career objectives to remain persuaded and focused. Another technique is to discover and support your interests. Locks in exercises that you are energetic approximately can actually boost inspiration and vitality levels. This might include seeking after leisure activities, volunteer work, or proficient ventures that adjust with your interface and values. For occurrence, somebody energetic around natural preservation might discover inspiration in volunteering for a nearby cleanup activity, which can moreover give a sense of reason and fulfillment. Self-regulation is a foundation of passionate insights, including the capacity to oversee or divert troublesome feelings and driving forces, and adjust to changing circumstances. This expertise is basic for individual and proficient victory, as it permits people to keep up control over their activities and responses, indeed in unpleasant or eccentric circumstances. At its pith, self-regulation is approximately being able to delay and think some time recently acting, guaranteeing that one's behavior adjusts with long-term objectives and values or maybe than being driven by fleeting emotions. One of the key components of self-regulation is passionate control. Feelings, particularly seriously ones like outrage, fear, or energy, can effectively wreck level-headed thought and lead to imprudent activities. By practicing self-regulation, people can recognize these feelings as they emerge and take ponder steps to oversee them. This might include procedures such as profound breathing, checking to 10, or taking a brief walk to clear one's intellect. These methodologies make a mental space to survey the circumstance calmly and select a more measured reaction. For illustration, if a colleague's comment triggers outrage, self-regulation makes a difference. You delay and consider a helpful answer instead of responding with hostility. Another critical viewpoint of self-regulation is flexibility. Life is inalienably unusual, and the capacity to adjust to changing circumstances is vital for versatility and victory. This flexibility is not almost being inactive or smug but approximately being adaptable and open to unused arrangements and approaches. When plans drop, separated or unforeseen challenges emerge, those with solid self-regulation aptitudes can turn and alter their methodologies without getting to be overpowered or disheartened. For occasion, if a venture at work experiences unforeseen deterrents, an individual who hones self-regulation can calmly reassess the circumstance, discover elective arrangements, and proceed moving forward effectively. Motivation control is another crucial component of self-regulation. Driving forces are frequently quick responses to boosts, which can now and then be counterproductive or hurtful. Viable self-regulation includes recognizing these motivations and assessing their potential results, sometime recently acting. This capacity to delay delight and think long-term is related with superior decision-making and more prominent by and large victory. For illustration, standing up to the drive to make a rushed speculation choice in favor of exhaustive investigate and thought can lead to way better budgetary outcomes. Self-regulation too includes keeping up inspiration and center, especially when confronting challenges or dull assignments. It's around remaining committed to objectives indeed when the starting excitement has melted away or when diversions are inexhaustible. This angle of self-regulation requires setting clear, achievable objectives and breaking them down into reasonable steps, which can offer assistance keep up a sense of advance and achievement. For occasion, an understudy working on a long paper might utilize self-regulation to break the work into littler segments, set due dates for each portion, and compensate themselves for assembly these milestones. Another vital component of self-regulation is the capacity to handle push successfully. Unpleasant circumstances are a portion of life, and how we react to them can essentially affect our well-being and execution. Self-regulation makes a difference. People oversee push by advancing an adjusted approach to issues and empowering solid adapting components. This might incorporate physical workout, mindfulness hones, or talking to a trusted companion or specialist. By overseeing push successfully, people can keep up their composure and clarity of thought, indeed in high-pressure circumstances, driving to way better results both actually and professionally. Self-regulation moreover expands to social intuitive, where it makes a difference in overseeing interpersonal connections and clashes. By controlling enthusiastic responses and driving forces, people can communicate more viably and empathetically, cultivating positive and helpful connections. For illustration, amid a contradiction with a companion, self-regulation can offer assistance. You remain calm, tune in effectively, and express your viewpoint without heightening the struggle. This capacity to explore social circumstances keenly is pivotal for building and keeping up sound relationships. Developing self-regulation is an progressing handle that requires hone and mindfulness. One compelling strategy is through mindfulness contemplation, which trains the intellect to watch contemplations and feelings without instantly responding to them. This hone upgrades enthusiastic mindfulness and makes a difference. People create a more measured reaction to boosts. Journaling is another supportive apparatus, as it permits people to reflect on their passionate reactions and distinguish designs or triggers that might require attention. Additionally, looking for criticism from others can give profitable experiences into one's self-regulation aptitudes. Companions, family, or colleagues can offer points of view on how you handle stress and feelings, making a difference. You recognize regions for advancement. Being open to this input and willing to make changes is pivotal for individual growth. The characteristic show of enthusiastic insight centers on behavioral means and self-perceived capacities, emphasizing the steady characteristics that impact how people see and associated with their enthusiastic world. This demonstrate contrasts with ability-based models that emphasize enthusiastic insights as a set of aptitudes that can be created and measured through execution tests. The characteristic demonstrate is frequently seen as more subjective, depending on self-assessment and intelligent hones to gauge passionate intelligence. At its center, the characteristic demonstrate sets that enthusiastic insights is a group of stars of enthusiastic self-perceptions found at the lower levels of identity chains of command. These characteristics envelop how people see their enthusiastic capacities and oversee their feelings in different circumstances. This demonstrate is established in the conviction that these characteristics are generally steady over time and impact how individuals react to enthusiastic challenges and openings in their everyday lives. One of the foundational viewpoints of the characteristic demonstrate is the distinguishing proof and estimation of particular enthusiastic characteristics. These characteristics ordinarily incorporate self-awareness, enthusiastic direction, inspiration, compassion, and social aptitudes, among others. For occasion, self-awareness in the characteristic show alludes to an individual's capacity to recognize and get at their claim feelings and how these feelings influence their behavior and considerations. It includes a profound, intelligent understanding of one's enthusiastic state and its effect on intelligent and decision-making. Emotional control, another key characteristic, includes the capacity to oversee and control one's enthusiastic reactions in different circumstances. This incorporates the capacity to remain calm beneath weight, to handle push successfully, and to recoup rapidly from enthusiastic difficulties. People who are gifted in enthusiastic direction can keep up a adjusted passionate state, which upgrades their capacity to make keen choices and associate it emphatically with others. Motivation inside the characteristic demonstrate alludes to the inward drive to accomplish objectives and seek after yearnings with vitality and perseverance. It includes setting and keeping up individual objectives, remaining committed in spite of challenges, and finding natural fulfillment in achievements. Individuals with tall levels of motivational characteristics are ordinarily strong, decided, and hopeful, seeing misfortunes as brief obstacles or maybe then inconceivably obstacles. Empathy, a basic component of the characteristic demonstrate, is the capacity to get it and share the sentiments of others. It includes recognizing and increasing in value others' passionate encounters, cultivating profound, significant associations. Sympathy permits people to be compassionate and strong, making a sense of belief and understanding in their relationships. Social abilities, the last key characteristic in the characteristic show, envelop the capacities required to associate it viably with others. This incorporates communication abilities, strife determination, collaboration, and the capacity to construct and keep up connections. People with solid social aptitudes are capable at exploring social complexities, building affinity, and cultivating collaborative environments. Assessment instruments in the characteristic show frequently depend on self-report surveys, where people reflect on their possessed passionate capabilities and propensities. One broadly utilized evaluation instrument is the Characteristic Enthusiastic Insight Survey, TEIK, which measures different measurements of passionate insights based on self-perceptions. This approach permits people to pick up experiences into their passionate qualities and zones for change, cultivating self-awareness and individual growth. Critics of the characteristic show contend that its dependence on self-report measures can lead to subjective and possibly one-sided comes about. Individuals may overestimate or belittle their enthusiastic capacities based on their self-perceptions, driving to mistakes. Furthermore, since these characteristics are considered steady, the characteristic show may not completely account for the potential for development and improvement in passionate insights over time. However, advocates of the characteristic demonstrate contend that it gives a comprehensive understanding of how identity and enthusiastic means impact behavior. By centering on self-perceived capacities, the characteristic show energizes people to lock in contemplation and self-reflection, which can lead to more noteworthy self-awareness and individual improvement. It recognizes that whereas a few perspectives of enthusiastic insights can be created, there are characteristics that shape how people encounter and oversee their emotions. In down-to-earth terms, the characteristic demonstrate can be valuable in different settings, counting the work environment, instruction, and treatment. In the working environment, understanding employees' passionate characteristics can offer assistance in making a strong environment that cultivates enthusiastic well-being and efficiency. For occurrence, pioneers who are mindful of their possessed passionate characteristics and those of their group individuals can tailor their administration fashion to superior meet the passionate needs of their workers, driving to higher work fulfillment and performance. In instructive settings, the characteristic show can offer assistance teachers get its students' passionate means and tailor their educating approaches to bolster passionate and scholastic advancement. By recognizing students' passionate characteristics, instructors can make a learning environment that sustains passionate insights, versatility, and social skills. In treatment, the characteristic show can give profitable experiences into clients' passionate encounters and propensities. Advisors can utilize this understanding to offer assistance clients create more prominent self-awareness, progress enthusiastic control, and upgrade their interpersonal connections. By centering on self-perceived capacities, treatment can end up a space for people to investigate and reinforce their enthusiastic characteristics, driving to made strides mental well-being and well-being. Stress administration is a pivotal viewpoint of enthusiastic insights, EI, including the capacity to recognize and successfully oversee push. EI prepares people with the devices and methodologies required to get at their stretch triggers, control their passionate reactions, and keep up their well-being beneath weight. By leveraging EI, people can explore unpleasant circumstances more viably, improve their strength, and make strides there in general quality of life. One of the essential ways EI helps in push administration is through self-awareness. Self-awareness includes recognizing and understanding one's feelings, counting those related to stretch. People with tall self-awareness can recognize the early signs of push, such as physical pressure, fractiousness, or uneasiness. This early acknowledgement permits them to address stretch sometime recently it raises, anticipating it from getting to be overpowering. For case, somebody who takes note they are feeling curiously tense and crabby may realize that they are focused around an up-and-coming due date and take proactive steps to oversee their workload or look for support. Emotional direction, another key component of EI, is fundamental for overseeing push. Enthusiastic direction includes the capacity to control and tweak one's enthusiastic reactions, particularly in challenging circumstances. When confronted with stretch, people with solid passionate control aptitudes can stay calm and composed, avoiding their feelings from overpowering them. They can utilize different procedures to oversee their push, such as profound breathing, mindfulness, or cognitive reframing. For occurrence, somebody who is pushed approximately an introduction may utilize profound breathing procedures to calm their nerves and keep up center. EI2 improves stretch administration through the improvement of strength. Flexibility is the capacity to bounce back from misfortune and keep up a positive viewpoint in spite of challenges. People with tall EI are superior prepared to adapt with stretch and recoup from difficulties. They tend to have a development mentality, seeing upsetting circumstances as openings for learning and development or maybe then as inconceivably impediments. For illustration, an individual who loses their work might utilize their versatility to see the circumstance as a chance to investigate modern career openings and create modern skills. Another critical viewpoint of EI in push administration is the capacity to look for and utilize social bolster. Solid social abilities, a component of EI, empower people to construct and keep up strong connections. When focused, people with tall EI can successfully communicate their needs and look for back from companions, family, or colleagues. This social bolster can give passionate consolation, viable help, and a sense of association, all of which are significant for overseeing stretch. For occasion, somebody who is overpowered by work may conversation to a trusted colleague for counsel or inquire a companion for offer assistance in finding unwinding techniques. Empathy, a center component of EI, moreover plays a part in push administration by improving interpersonal connections. Understanding and sharing the sentiments of others can make a strong and compassionate environment where people feel caught on and esteemed. This sympathetic environment can decrease push and advance enthusiastic well-being. For illustration, a supervisor who empathizes with an employee's stretch over an overwhelming workload can give back by advertising adaptable due dates or extra resources. In expansion to these components, EI cultivates problem-solving abilities, which are fundamental for overseeing stretch. People with tall EI can approach unpleasant circumstances with a clear and centered intellect, recognizing the root causes of their push and creating viable methodologies to address them. They can break down complex issues into reasonable steps and stay solution-oriented. For case, a understudy focused approximately an up-and-coming exam might make a point-by-point think about a range, break down the fabric into littler segments, and look for offer assistance from mentors or peers. To create and improve EI for way better push administration, people can lock in different hones and works out. Mindfulness contemplation, for illustration, can offer assistance increment self-awareness and enthusiastic direction by empowering people to center on the display minute and watch their considerations and sentiments without judgment. Customary hone of mindfulness can decrease stretch and move forward in general enthusiastic well-being. Journaling is another successful device for improving EI. Composing almost upsetting encounters and feelings can give bits of knowledge into one's stretch triggers and enthusiastic reactions. It permits people to reflect on their encounters, recognize designs, and create procedures for overseeing push. For illustration, keeping a push diary can offer assistance somebody recognize that they are most pushed amid certain times of the day or in particular circumstances, permitting them to take proactive measures to moderate stress. Physical workout is moreover advantageous for push administration and EI. Normal physical action can diminish stretch by discharging endorphins, progressing temperament, and advancing unwinding. Workout moreover gives a sound outlet for discharging built-up pressure and can move forward by and large physical well-being, which in turn underpins enthusiastic well-being. Seeking proficient back, such as treatment or coaching, can too improve EI and push administration. Mental well-being experts can give direction, devices, and procedures for overseeing stretch and creating passionate insights. They can offer assistance people investigate their feelings, create adapting procedures, and construct resilience. Emotional insights, EI, plays a pivotal part in building and keeping up sound connections by improving the capacity to communicate successfully, empathize with others, and oversee interpersonal flow. Connections are the foundation of both individual and proficient life, and EI prepares people with the abilities fundamental to explore these intelligence successfully. Effective communication. One of the essential ways EI improves connections is through made strides communication aptitudes. People with tall EI are way better at communicating their considerations and sentiments clearly and emphatically, whereas being responsive to others' points of view. Compelling communication includes both verbal and nonverbal prompts, and candidly cleverly people are capable at perusing body dialect, tone of voice, and facial expressions to completely get at the message being passed on. For illustration, amid a difference, somebody with tall EI can verbalize their perspective calmly and tune in effectively to the other person's point of view, encouraging a helpful discourse or maybe then an argument. Empathy, compassion, a center component of EI, is the capacity to get it and share the sentiments of others. It is fundamental for building profound, important associations and cultivating common regard and understanding. Compassion permits people to put themselves in others' shoes, appreciate their encounters, and react with kindness. This expertise is vital in both individual and proficient connections. For occurrence, a director who empathizes with an employee's stretch over an overwhelming workload can give back and assets to lighten the burden, reinforcing the employee's belief and devotion. Additionally, in individual connections, empathizing with a partner's disappointments or delights can upgrade closeness and enthusiastic closeness. Conflict determination. EI is instrumental in overseeing and settling clashes viably. Sincerely brilliantly people can explore differences without letting feelings heighten the circumstance. They stay calm, objective, and centered on finding a commonly useful arrangement. EI makes a difference people to get at the fundamental feelings driving the strife, address those feelings usefully, and communicate in a way that de-escalates pressure. For illustration, in a group setting, and candidly shrewdly pioneer can intercede clashes by recognizing each member's sentiments, cultivating open communication, and directing the group towards a determination that fulfills all parties involved. Building belief. Belief is the establishment of any solid relationship, and EI essentially contributes to building and keeping up belief. Candidly cleverly people are steady, dependable, and straightforward in their activities and communications, which cultivates a sense of security and steadfastness. They are too gifted at recognizing and tending to believe issues when they emerge, utilizing sympathy and genuine communication to revamp belief. For occurrence, if a companion feels deceived, somebody with tall EI would recognize the harmed, take obligation for their activities, and work to re-establish the belief through reliable behavior. Social abilities. EI improves different social abilities that are fundamental for keeping up solid connections. These abilities incorporate dynamic tuning in, successful arrangement, and the capacity to rouse and impact others emphatically. Socially gifted people can explore social settings with ease, construct compatibility rapidly, and make a positive, locks-in environment. In proficient settings, these abilities can lead to more viable collaboration, authority, and collaboration. For illustration, a group pioneer with solid social abilities can persuade group individuals, intervene debate, and cultivate a collaborative environment that upgrades efficiency and work satisfaction. Self-regulation. Self-regulation, another key viewpoint of EI, includes overseeing one's claim feelings and motivations. This aptitude is significant for keeping up steadiness and consistency in connections. People who can direct their feelings are less likely to respond imprudently or damagingly amid unpleasant circumstances. Instead, they can keep up a calm and composed deportment, which makes a difference to keep intelligent positive and profitable. For illustration, in a warm dialogue, somebody with solid self-regulation can oversee their outrage or disappointment, avoiding the circumstance from heightening and finding a helpful way to address the issue. Positive impact. Sincerely brilliantly people regularly have a positive impact on those around them. Their capacity to get it and oversee feelings empowers them to make a strong and empowering environment. This positive impact can upgrade connections by cultivating a sense of community, collaboration, and shared regard. For occasion, an educator with tall EI can make a classroom air where understudies feel esteemed, caught on, and propelled to learn, which can lead to way better instructive results and more grounded student-teacher relationships. Resilience and flexibility. Connections unavoidably experience challenges and changes. EI upgrades flexibility and versatility, permitting people to explore these changes with beauty and keep up solid connections. Sincerely brilliantly people can adapt with push, recoup from mishaps, and adjust to unused circumstances without letting these challenges contrarily affect their connections. For illustration, in a sentimental relationship, accomplices with tall EI can climb at life's ups and downs together, giving common back and understanding amid troublesome times. Developing enthusiastic insights for way better connections, making strides EI can altogether improve connections. This improvement includes self-reflection, learning, and hone. Strategies such as mindfulness reflection can increment self-awareness and sympathy by making a difference. People tune into their possessed feelings and the feelings of others. Journaling can give experiences into passionate designs and triggers, advancing superior passionate control. Looking for input from others can too give important viewpoints on one's passionate intuitive and offer assistance distinguish zones for improvement. Effective authority is on a very basic level established in the capacity to motivate, persuade, and interface with a group. A basic component that empowers pioneers to exceed expectations in these ranges is passionate insights, EI. Passionate insights, a concept popularized by clinician Daniel Goleman, alludes to the capacity to get it and oversee one's possessed feelings, as well as to recognize and impact the feelings of others. Pioneers with tall passionate insights have a few key qualities that contribute to their viability: self-awareness, self-regulation, inspiration, compassion, and social skills. Self-awareness is the foundation of enthusiastic insights. Successful pioneers get at their possessed feelings, qualities, shortcomings, values, and the effect they have on others. This mindfulness permits them to be bona fide and straightforward, cultivating belief inside their group. By recognizing their claim restrictions and looking for input, candidly shrewdly pioneers make an environment where ceaseless change is empowered and valued. Self-regulation, another basic perspective, includes overseeing one's feelings in solid ways. Pioneers who can control their motivations and remain calm beneath weight set a positive illustration for their group. This soundness is significant amid challenging times, as it makes a difference to keep up assurance and center. Self-regulated pioneers are moreover more likely to think sometime recently acting, guaranteeing that their choices are well considered and adjusted with organizational goals. Motivation in the setting of enthusiastic insights goes past outside rewards. Successful pioneers are driven by an inward enthusiasm for their work and a commitment to their organization's mission. This inherent inspiration is infectious, rousing group individuals to share the same excitement and commitment. Pioneers with tall passionate insights set tall guidelines for themselves and their groups, endeavoring for fabulousness whereas remaining strong in the confront of setbacks. Empathy, the capacity to get it and share the sentiments of others, is maybe the most recognizable characteristic of candidly cleverly pioneers. Compassionate pioneers are capable at building solid, trusting connections. They tune in effectively and give bolster when required, making a work environment where group individuals feel esteemed and caught on. This cultivates a sense of having a place and dependability, which is fundamental for group cohesion and collaboration. Social abilities, the last component of enthusiastic insights, include overseeing connections to move individuals in craved bearings. Pioneers with solid social abilities are compelling communicators, able to pass on their vision clearly and influentially. They are moreover capable at strife determination, utilizing their understanding of human flow to address and resolve issues helpfully. By cultivating a positive and comprehensive culture, these pioneers guarantee that all group individuals feel listened and regarded, upgrading in general group performance. In Hone, enthusiastic insights permits pioneers to interface with their group on a more profound level. It empowers them to make an environment where group individuals are spurred not fair by the assignments at hand, but by a shared vision and shared regard. For occasion, amid periods of organizational alter, candidly cleverly pioneers can explore the vulnerabilities and tensions that their group might confront by giving clear communication, illustrating sympathy, and keeping up an idealistic however reasonable viewpoint. This makes a difference to keep the group adjusted and centered, diminishing resistance and expanding the probability of fruitful alter implementation. Moreover, sincerely brilliantly pioneers are way better prepared to handle the different needs and viewpoints inside their group. They recognize and esteem the interesting commitments of each part, leveraging their qualities to accomplish collective objectives. This comprehensive approach not as it were upgrades group execution but moreover cultivates advancement and inventiveness, as group individuals feel engaged to share their thoughts and take initiative. Enthusiastic insights, EI, is significant for successful administration and individual well-being. It envelopes self-awareness, self-regulation, inspiration, sympathy, and social abilities. Pioneers with tall EI motivate, propel, and interface with their groups by understanding and overseeing their claim feelings and those of others. This cultivates belief, strength, and collaboration, driving to a positive and beneficial work environment. In Pith, passionate insights improves both person and organizational victory by advancing more profound associations and way better enthusiastic administration. Thank you for watching our video.